We have more from Elizabeth Craft Design, so this is Elizabeth Craft's Take 2.
Right, and we have such a variety of cutting dies.
Yes.
I can't wait to show you.
So, come play with us. Well, here they are, and as you can see, we're kind of still in our floral botanical realm.
Right, but we've got some little extras too.
Right.
So we have curvy leaves. There are 3 in those cutting dies. We have these cute little ladybugs, 4 of those, more little flowers, and there are 9 in there.
And these are ribbons and jewels, and wait till you see what you can do with these. There are 3 of them. They're each 6 inches long. And then we have these roses that are just so pretty.
Beautiful roses with a silhouette behind and the stems and everything. So let's look at our first project.
Okay, so we're going to start kind of from over here and move to the right. So we'll do our first with our little ladybugs, and aren't they charming?
They are just adorable, and I love that they're placed on that jar.
Yes, in fact, the jar we showed last week with the first card, but we're doing it again. So we've got our jar.
It's a lot of fun. Stamp that jar on paper, on cardstock, and then cut it out and place it on your card. Cut out the lid from silver metallic, and then leave that open a little bit so that they can get out.
Very cute.
So cute.
And we have a cluster of ladybugs. So you're going to show those?
Well, here they are individually. It's pretty cute like this. So you've got that shadow behind, and you've got those wings, and you just lift those up.
Right, and obviously these are just going to get placed right on top, and they're kind of open
like that
at this point, right?
So cute. So you've got one ladybug that has the wings open, ready to fly, and then one that's just the solid ladybug. Super cute. I just think I can imagine those in all different colors too.
Yeah, well, and like you said, there's the little yellow one right there, and the leaves are coming from the curvy leaves, which is also the other cutting die. So you can see that these were just left flat, but notice they've been die cut out of pattern paper.
So that gives a perfect look there, a little bit of added interest, and just beautiful.
Now, something I wanted to point out is this rose. Now, this comes from our Floracraft roses. They're paper roses, and it's beautiful. However, I'm reminded of last week's webisode with the rose that was created with those cutting dies. So
get out your rose cutting dies and make your own little rose there. So that's a great idea.
Very, very fun.
I haven't seen the inside of this.
Yeah,
one
on
yet.
the inside, very nice. So this is saying you are one of a kind, my kind, and then this little ladybug. Remember that ladybug? It can go lots of places.
That is so sweet. So those are fun, super fun, but there's other ways you can use these.
There are other ways. In fact, here is one, and letting them entwine over pattern paper. I love the look.
I do love the look, and it's done with these 9 flowers, so you can cut quite a few of them at once with all of these. You can run those through your die cutting machine, cut a bunch of little flowers, and in this look we see everything just sort of laying flat. But I wanted to show you that there's another way of doing those little flowers. So I've got one of the flowers here. This is out of cardstock. Those are out of pattern paper. But this works that way as well. And I've got our little stylus kit here that has our several stylus, different size ball ends, plus the tweezers.
And this is called a Paper Blossoms kit.
Right. And I'm going to take about the middle-sized ball. So it's a pretty good-sized ball. I'm going to start right on those petals. On each one of them, I can go ahead and round them like this.
I expected you to start in the middle.
So you can go ahead and shape your petals, each one of them. If I do them individually, then they just cup up a little bit, and you've got a little bit of dimension just like that. You can even turn those over. Now they're cupped the other way, and then do the center.
Oh, and let them pop up.
And look at that. So that's pretty fun too. Easy to do, and it adds quite a bit of dimension to your card.
And as you said, these are done out of pattern paper, and they are flat, and the ladybugs, of course, there are 2 layers, so they're going to pop up a little bit.
But with the different colors used and mixing and matching and layering those flowers, you can really see them very well. I love that look.
And of course, we've got red jewel dazzles in the center, but isn't that pretty? And on the inside, there's another way to use those. Let it kind of frame your message. and of course ladybugs. So just so sweet.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to go into the ribbons and jewels.
And now there are 3 of these. Each one of these dies are 6 inches long. They look like this, but you see that they've got these sort of little bumps and round circles in there, and we're going to use that in a unique way.
And I have to tell you, it's this look that sold me on it, because I think this is just wonderful. So this is one of them with pink jewel dazzles in the center, and this is another. So
and I'm looking closely. I'm sort of being quiet because I was looking at this silver, and we were sort of trying to figure out, oh, that's done with the silver linen specialty paper.
It is.
So several of these, you've got the gold sparkle, you've got the silver linen, and then just place your jewel dazzles on those little bumps, those little circles.
Right.
And what a gorgeous look that is.
And talk about card jewelry. I mean, just isn't that gorgeous? Now, this is the doll's dazzles. These were cut out of the mirror paper.
Mirror dazzles, the mirror dazzles sheets. So those can just be stuck on afterwards.
So it's a whole collection like this. They're self-adhesive, as you said.
So you can choose any color you want. And so now just lots of extra shine on here, and that white peacock paper in the background gives a little texture.
It does.
The doll was just colored in, by the way, with Spectrum Noir pens.
And there's more on the inside. So it just lets you decorate just very, very nicely.
And it's sort of, it does look like jewelry. It just looks like beads and pearls, and it's just a beautiful look.
And on the package, you can see that this is combining this one along with this one.
Right up here at the top.
Yeah,
put 2 of them together, and you sort of weave them back and forth like that.
So just a really, kind of a treasure, I think. So just really, really nice.
Super fun.
Now we're going to go to another look. So we're going to be combining those. Look at that. Wow. This is combining the ribbons and jewels back with the curvy leaves. And those flowers.
And the flowers. So stacking the flowers, adding the curvy leaves, and then those ribbons and jewels as borders. Absolutely beautiful.
Now everything here has been shaped or folded just to give it that dimension, and that's what is so beautiful with this metallic paper. This is a different paper, by the way. It's a foil board. It also comes, it comes in a collection. It's just that it is much sturdier. The first one with the ribbons and jewels, those are all, that is self-adhesive.
Mirror adhesive sheets, and they're a little, they're just not as stiff as the cardstock. So I've got one of those leaf sprays here, and I just wanted to show you close up. We can see that there are lines down going down the center of those leaves. So you've got veins.
So there's score line that comes with it.
Score line. So it's done that for you. You can just leave that look just as is, or you can bend those along those lines, and you can take the reverse tweezers that come with the kit, grab right next to that line, and just bend a little bit, and there you have a little dimension.
And that's all it takes.
That's all it takes, and
just
that's going to sit up. You can do it a little more if you want.
Or you can do it from the tip in. Also might give you a little more.
So you've got it just like that, and you just curve those shapes. And there you can do that on each one of those. And then on the flowers, you can actually turn them over and cup them a little bit, add a little dimension, and get some different shapes going on.
Wow.
It's a beautiful combination. I like the limited use of color there. So
very fun.
Beautiful.
And you saw that some of those layers of petals were done out of pattern paper, then the metallic foil paper. So just really spectacular. So
If every bit of it was done on that foil, it would almost be too much.
It might be
a little too showy.
Well, it's nice to see the play of matte and shiny. So I think you're getting the idea that why we were so excited by Elizabeth Craft's products is because that you can blend them, and it's not just kind of one use. So that's nice. Now
more cutting dies.
More cutting dies. Now these are the roses,
and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cutting dies in here, and that's going to give you the rose, the upper layer of the rose, the shadow behind it. You're also going to get a rose bud. Here it's kind of upside down. A rose bud and a shadow. You're getting the stem and the leaves all together.
And multiple leaves together. That's kind of nice. So here's our first example. And isn't this pretty? This was using color burst
It is,
to
yeah.
color the papers, and then they were die cut. But you can see with the dimension of that rose, so you've got kind of the background of the rose, the shadow, and then you've got this embossed area, filigree area for the top.
So it's two cut pieces.
Right.
So here's the shadow that we keep mentioning, and here's that cut piece on top. So this is really kind of lacy like that. And this is just a little bit different color red, so you should be able to see just a little bit of difference there. But you could do those two different colors, and just really gives it a nice appearance on top.
And again, your specialist acrylic glue is going to be perfect for attaching that.
And then you've got leaves, you've got that stem, and that's going to give it a beautiful look. Just really quickly, I want to show you. You can look at just about any of our color burst webisodes to see the different color burst techniques. But the one for this that was done, you just quickly add some color to watercolor paper.
Just a little bit too.
Just a little bit, and then go ahead and spritz this, and it's going to give you some nice bright color right away.
And you see the magic.
You just let that dry, and once it's dry, then you start die cutting your pieces.
And the background was created the same way with, of course, different colors. That will be in the gallery. You can see the directions.
Right.
But oh, so pretty. And with that top layer, you are getting dimension. On the inside, simply one rose. Isn't that just it's
beautiful.
just striking.
Save all of your color burst scraps, because you can use them to back some
Yes.
other word dazzles. And just
very,
beautiful.
very pretty. So for a different look, a little bit more of what you were showing. Here is pattern paper for the shadow, and then cardstock for the upper layer.
So that's fun. I love the pattern. I love those dots on the leaves. And on the,
Yeah.
It's just a really cute look. Matching it with the Color Me paper, the colorist papers with those dots there and dots on the ribbon. It's
And here
just a cute look.
we're using the stems and letting them cross, and
Right.
we are bringing in the script dazzles. So, and then on the inside, just the little blossom down below, and we'll back up, you can see with love. So you've got happy birthday and with love. So
really
wow.
fun, easy to use. You don't have to shape them, but you can do some shaping and get some really spectacular results.
And all of these together is 25 dies. So
Wow.
that's a really, really nice thing to
A
see.
lot of dies.
And thank you for joining us. And by the way, if you're watching us on YouTube, please be sure to like, comment, and for goodness sake, subscribe. See you next week.